Well, hey there. So it has been about a week since I've posted an 84 Days of the Artist's Way video. And the reason for that is because I went into a creative U-turn, which is, to my relief, to be honest, a common, it's like an expected part of the Artist's Way. Julia Cameron talks about it in week 9. I was just in week 9. I had just launched my private Facebook group, the Awakening Artists Collective. I think the way to best describe it is that I got a full view into what I was moving towards and immediately made a 180 and just like ran in the other direction. And the way that really sort of manifested was just an incredible depression, an apathy, and just loss of direction. And I just went flat. And I stopped doing the morning pages. I stopped meditating. I wasn't doing any of the reading. I wasn't really doing much of anything. I felt more lost than I had felt in a while, and I feel like I'm maybe still just kind of pushing through it today. The fact that I'm filming a video is positive, right? But I think it's important to chronicle this and to talk about this and to normalize this, because when this happened, I immediately went into this place of just feeling hopeless and like that I just fucked up, and that, I got so attached to the perfectionism. I thought, I called this thing 84 Days the Artist's Way, and I haven't done 84 videos, and this now it's even worse. I went really deep down the rabbit hole. And it doesn't, of course, make the creative U-turn any easier to deal with. And so I think what I've learned from this is that when this happens, to accept it as part of the process makes it just a little bit easier to say, okay, this is actually a part of the journey. Like week 9, you're kind of supposed to do this. And not that you have to, right? Like it's not a requirement, but it's like the first thing she talks about in the readings for week 9 is creative U-turns. And so I think the fact that it kind of happened right on schedule and I had something to turn to when it had happened, like she really does give the next steps of just identifying what's one thing you can do to get back on track. Like what's one thing you can do to go back towards, awakening your inner artist, and it's been, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And I've made so much peace with that. I've not as much as I'd like to, right? But more peace than I used to have about that. The other thing I would say is just recognize that part of the creative U-turn is grieving. There's a lot that's getting brought up by the fact that you've come this far on the journey, and you really have to let yourself grieve. And I've had to let myself have a couple meltdowns, and it was not fun, but it was totally necessary and very cathartic. And so I accept that too. And it's important to let that happen because it's better out than in, it's better. Exercising, meditating, of course, morning pages, those are all a huge help. So I turn to self-care at this time. Anyway, my intention is to be back on track and to continue filming every day going forward. And of course, if you're watching this and you're interested in what I'm talking about, and you're interested in the Artist's Way, and you're interested in awakening your own creativity, feel free to join my free private Facebook group, the Awakening Artists Collective. There's a link in the description below. And of course, if you really like these videos, you could also subscribe, you could like, you could comment, you could share. There's so many things you could do. Anyway, that's all for now, and I will see you tomorrow for another day of 84 Days of the Artist's Way. Thanks. Bye.